Hear the truth about Aries Ascendant that no astrologer will tell you. Most people see them as pushy, bossy, or intimidating. But in reality, Aries rising people are some of the most sincere, kind, and passionate souls you ever meet. In this video, we'll talk about what the Aries rising sign really means. From childhood stories to personality traits, their fire appearance, hidden secrets of relationships, and even the deep emotional spark that draw them. And if, like me, you are on this journey of learning astrology, then let's uncover how to use this unstoppable Aries rising fire for something bigger than themselves.
Some of us use Google, ask the stars, trading algorithms for cosmic memoirs. Slow living vibes beneath moonlit bars. It's way more fun on talks by the stars.
Let's talk about what it really means to live with this bold, fire, Aries rising energy. Because honestly, it's not the bent of heart. What is the Aries rising sun? It's the energy of someone who walks into the room and instantly changes the area, confidence, fiery, and impossible to ignore. The Aries rising woman carries a spark that makes people think she's bold and fearless, even when she quietly minding her own business. Her Aries rising personality is passionate and straightforward, sometimes so direct that others confuse it for aggression. But in truth, she just doesn't know how to pretend. That's why Aries rising personality trait can cause misunderstanding. People think she is being pushy when she is simply being real. But behind that fire is a deeply loyal, kind soul who loves fiercely and protects what she cares about. She's the one who jumps in to help, take charge when everyone else freezes, and lights up any dull room with her energy. The lesson for the Aries rising sun is learning to use their flame not to fight, but to guide, inspire, and warm others. When it comes to childhood, an Aries ascendant often grew up around strong male energy, a father, grandfather, or another man who gave the mother a feeling of safety during pregnancy. This early influence created a deep pattern. Aries rising people often expect men to be protectors and providers. But when life proves otherwise, that disappointment shapes independence. And then the Aries rising woman learns to stand tall, to fight for himself, to be her own protector. Just look for the Aries rising celebrities Barbara Streisand. She turned her early struggle into strength, losing her father as a baby and growing up in a small Brooklyn apartment. She often felt obscene, but that only fueled her fire. Even as a child, she dreamed big, practiced singing in front of a mirror, and believed she was meant for something more. Like many Aries rising personalities, she learned early to protect herself using willpower and courage to face every rejection. Barbara didn't wait for everyone to save her. She saved herself, proving the Aries rising woman is born for struggle, shaped by fire, and destined to shine. I'll admit it, even I a little nervous around people with a strong Aries ascendant. In Aries rising astrology, these women are ruled by Mars, the planet of action. You can always spot the Aries rising woman a moment she walks into a room. That confidence stride, that quick, fire glance, it's pure Aries rising appearance magic. She looks like she's ready to conquer the world before breakfast. Their eyes are bright and alert, almost daring you to give up. It's a part of Aries rising physical appearance charm, given that classic warrior edge. Many have a slightly flushed complexion, the kind that make them look like they just finished a brisk run. When it comes to the Aries Rising Woman appearance, their hair is full of life, thick, bold, sometimes with red or golden undertones that reflect their fire nature. Their posture is upright, their movements quick and purposeful. You might even notice a little scar or mark here and there. It just must leave a signature. Just look at Bette Midler, an Aries rising celebrity who perfectly embodies this fearless, unstoppable spirit. From her early days singing in New York bathhouse to become the one of the most iconic performers in Hollywood, she never waited for permission. She just went for it. She's living proof that passion, humor, and a little bit of fire can turn any obstacle into a standing ovation. And let's be honest, only Aries rising could make being the divine Miss M look that effortlessly. And if you ever wonder how to spot Aries rising, just look for the person who is not waiting for permission. She already on stage, mic in hand and making a whole room laugh. I think Aries rising women are real transcenders. That women the one who start trends before the rest of us even notice. The Aries Ascendant Woman radiates fearless confidence and raw energy. Her look says, I go first. She drawn to silk lines, sharp cats, and fire colors red, white, black, or metallic that make her feel unstoppable. Nothing fatty suits her. She dressed like someone who always ready to move, act, and conquer the day. Accessories should be simple but strong. A sculpted ring, bold belt, or striking bag says enough. Even her hairstyles project courage. Short cuts, sleek ponytails, or open foreheads highlight her leadership energy. Aries' rising style feels like a modern warrior in a city chic armor. Just look on Rihanna. She embodies this energy perfectly. Her fashion is fearless, from sharp red carpet looks to streetwear with attitude. She leads, never follow. Every outfit she wears carries that unmistakable Aries rising fire, confidence, bold, and impossible to ignore. The Aries rising woman wardrobe is all about movement and impact. She looks best in pieces that combine practicality with boldness, like leather jackets, slim jeans, and ankle boot that says, I got things to do. Sporty chicks fit her naturally. Even in heels, she looks ready for action. She loves mixing contrasts. Silk tops with denim or a blazer over tank, keeping it strong yet feminine. Prints are geometric or color blocked, never delicate. Structured vests, zippers, metal details, and combined inspired touch reflect her Mars ruled energy. Whether she is jumpsuit, miniskirt, or power suit, she wears like an armor, full of purpose, heat, and confidence. Joanna Reels perfectly embodied that. Her Aries rising confidence was in her tailored blazers, structured cuts, and unapologetically bold looks which always demand attention. Whether on stage or red carpet, she dressed with humor, strength, and far individuality. Exacts the fearless attitude of Aries Ascendant Woman. Aries rising makeup should feel is alive she is. She thrives with looks that highlights her face, especially her eyes and lips. Luminous base give the hair that athletic glow, while coral or bronze blush bring warmth and energy. Cat eyeliner, bold lashes, and a hint of gold shimmer amplifies her gaze. And the lips, crimson, cherry, or fiery coral tones express her confidence and vitality. Penelope Cruz is a perfect reflection of this. Her Aries rising look always allure radiant skin, smoldering eyes, and that timeless red lip that command attention without trying too hard. Her makeup always feels confident, sensual, and full of life, just like a true Aries rising woman. Aries rising beauty never feels stale. Even when she wears minimal makeup, it looks like she just stepped off a mission. Telling the truth. No matter how independent or unstoppable they seem, every Aries rising needs soft place to land, a little love and a little peace. If you are an Aries Ascendant Woman, love is never just love. It's a full-blown adventure. On the outside, you seem bold, independent, but deep down, your Libra descendant shows that your heart craves peace, beauty, and emotional balance. You want someone who doesn't try to tame your fire, but who knows how to hold it gentle. Your Aries ascendant spouse is often someone charming, romantic, and elegant, a natural peacemaker who brings gentleness where you bring heat. They might be a designer, musician, writer, someone who understands beauty, not just in art but in emotion. In the Aries descendant marriage life, it's not always easy to find compromise. You face differences. You confront issues head on. They avoid conflicts. You say that you feel. They choose diplomacy. But over time, your Aries rising relationship teach you that true power isn't about winning. It's about understanding. You both grow. You help them become braver and they help you become softer. Think of Beyoncé, powerful, passionate, but ultimately longing for harmony. After the storm and heartbreaks, she and Jay-Z built something real, a partnership built on growth, forgiveness, and deep creative love. He grounded her while she inspired him, and together they shine brighter than they ever could alone. That's what the Aries rising Libra descendant journey is about. Learning that love isn't about controls or surrenders, but about balance. And it's not just romance, it's a destiny. And now we get to the best part, soul navigation of Aries rising. These people, they're in deeper all about strength, not just for muscle or energy, but the kind of inner strength that keeps you standing when life tries to knock you down. In Aries Rising astrology, this sun is called the bird of the zodiac for a reason. Life doesn't give them a smooth road. It gives them a challenge meant to awaken courage, drive, and independence. From a young age, Aries rising people feel this fire inside, the urge to think their own way, to live, to prove that nothing truly impossible. But the psychology of Aries rising runs deeper than just action and ambition. These people often carry silent pressure. They need to always be strong, to keep going even when tired or scared. Their real growth begins when they learn that true power isn't about fighting for every battle, but know when to protect your energy and when to act with purpose. Their body becomes their sacred space, their temple of fire. Movement, exercise, and physical vitality aren't just hobby for them. They are the way their soul heals and stays balanced. How to heal Aries rising? By learning to turn that raw fire into creation, not destruction. When they stop fighting the world and start using the strength to uplift, protect, and inspire others, their energy becomes unstoppable. They are the phoenix of the zodiac, always reborn stronger, wiser, and braver. Just look at Shakira, the ultimate Aries rising celebrity, who wore her fire like armor and art all in once. She faced heartbreaks, betrayal, and the glare of public judgment, yet every time she's come back stronger, sharper, and more magnetic than before. When life tried to knock her down, she didn't just rise. She danced through the flames, wrote new music, and built the empire from her own resilience. That's a real spirit of Aries Ascendant. When life burned down your stage, you don't give up. You rebuild it, light it brighter, and keep on dancing. Now, let's talk about Aries Rising Men. For a second, lady, don't pretend you don't notice them. They basically every woman's dream, confidence, charming, and full of that unstoppable spark. The Aries rising man is a kind of guy who walks into a room and instantly shifts the energy. You just feel that fire spark. The Aries rising appearance is bold and commanding, square shoulders, athletic build, and that unmistakable "I'm ready for anything" look in his eyes. The Aries rising man's physical appearance often includes sharp features, a strong jawline, and maybe even a small scar or two, the kind of marks that say, "Yeah, I'm lived." His movements are quick and confident, and he never blends into the background, even if he tries. Take Jeremy Renner, for example. Tough, fearless, and resilient. He literally survived in a snowball accident and came back walking red carpet with the same determined Aries energy. Or Shaquille O'Neal, whose presence filled any room, and not just because he's 7 feet tall. Both men embody this unstoppable Aries ascendant drive, direct, passionate, and always in motion. And like every Aries ascendant man, he doesn't wait for life to happen. He charges at it, head first, no helmet required. You can spot him by his confident stride, that glint of mischief in his eyes, and the way he somehow makes even standing still look like a power move. And let's be honest, if he ever bumped into a wall, he probably blamed the wall for being in his way. But truthfully, without Aries risings, the road would be much slowly, their place. They are the ones who move us forward, set the trends, start the fires, and lead the way. Aries rising are not here to blend in. They're here to start something new. Do you see a bit of that fiery Aries rising sign in yourself? Or maybe it's someone you love? I'd love to hear your stories in the comments. And this video made you smile, not, or see yourself a little clearer. Hit the subscribe button for more deep astrology insight each week. Follow Talk by the Stars, and let's keep growing together.
Some of us use Google Ask the Stars, trading algorithms for cosmic memoirs. Slow living vibes beneath moonlit bars. It's way more fun on Talks by the Stars.